Watch today's video until the end, because there is information at the end that not everyone knows. And subscribe to the channel now to get such videos regularly. Fox News anchor Martha Macllum is known for her calm and serene demeanor. But away from cameras, her existence carries a weight few viewers witness. The individual experienced the loss of both parents, health issues, and continual public scrutiny. Although these moments were not on air, they formed her character. Due of her gentler side, Martha Macllum's story is more tragic than most people understand. In recent years, Fox News anchor Martha Macllum has publicly shared her sadness over losing both her parents and reflecting on their significant impact on her life. Known for her consistent presence on the Martha Macllum tale, the journalist has shared intimate family traumas that have influenced her life, causing the world to be shocked. Martha's mother, Elizabeth Macllum, had a significant influence in her childhood and inspired her throughout her adulthood. Elizabeth fought breast cancer for over a decade, ultimately losing the battle in April 2013. Martha and her family faced the emotional challenges of long-term sickness, relying on close family members for assistance during treatment and caregiving. Martha recalled her mother's illness and her optimistic outlook and fortitude throughout difficult times in interviews. Her mother shaped her personal and professional outlook. Martha's mother's death highlighted the fragility of life and the value of family, not just a personal tragedy. In a rare personal perspective, she discussed her mother's dedication to family. A 2025 moment featuring Martha garnered headlines for her emotional display on TV. In September 2025, she received a letter on broadcast, mistaking it for a fan letter. However, upon opening it, she discovered a letter from her deceased mother. She was upset and cried about that event. The moment was significant and emotional for her, but not the only one she encountered. In November 2025, her daughter Elizabeth, named after her mother, sent her another letter. Opening the envelope and reading the letter, the anchor shed tears as she contemplated her family legacy. In December 2025, her son presented her with roses and a message on set, highlighting their closeness. But 2025 was a challenging year for her. She experienced another devastating loss earlier in the year when her father, Douglas MacCallum, passed away. Douglas, her father, died at 92 in March 2025. In an emotional homage on social media, Martha praised her father as a terrific friend and parent, highlighting his intelligence, charisma, and humor that enriched their lives before his death. She praised his Navy lieutenant duty during the Korean War and also highlighted his love for family, particularly with her mother. Martha had a significant emptiness after both her parents passed away. Martha lost her father at a time when she was a prominent character on Fox News. This role needed composure and professionalism on camera. In these instances, the anchor is able to express true emotion and vulnerability. Martha has seen numerous tragic situations, including the witnessing of the Hamas attack. In a powerful report, Martha MacCallum describes her experience watching the unedited video of the October 7, 2023 Hamas attack on Israel as awful. She stated that this was the most upsetting imagery she had seen in her career. The film supplied to journalists in the Israeli consulate provided Martha with personal access to scenes beyond restricted or truncated excerpts on social media and broadcast news. Martha informed the audience that the Israeli government had asked media, including her, to examine complete attack videos. They reviewed raw footage from attackers' body cameras, civilian cell phone footage, and CCTV footage from the day's pandemonium. The purpose was to provide a visual record of the opening assault by hundreds of Hamas militants launching surprise attacks on civilian towns, military stations, and kibbutzim in Israeli territory. The unedited film was distressing and emotionally overpowering, even for experienced reporters, according to her. The Fox News host recalled a horrific scene that has stayed with her since then. She recalled two sons, aged 8 and 10, watching their father's grenade killing and being dragged into their kitchen by Hamas fighters, with one youngster injured and bewildered. The boys scream for their mother, questioning their survival, and Martha vows to never forget. She recounted another distressing event. A recorded phone call from a Hamas attacker was made to his parents. She recounted warfare and misery. She appeared impacted and reported that several colleagues had similar reactions, including psychological tolls, after watching the footage. Martha emphasized the importance of showcasing this footage to preserve this portion of the story. According to her, this event led to later hostilities. The speaker lamented the suffering of Palestinian families and attributed the current situation on the October 7 attack. Martha's speech emphasized the impact of the attack on children and families, not just the ferocity of the attack. In narrating her experience, she highlighted images of young victims whose lives were forever changed by excessive violence. The author expressed urgency to raise awareness of the importance of the event. Many have commended Martha's honesty in sharing her observations. She obviously wants to observe events that impact public perception of global conflict. However, since watching the film, she has struggled with the emotional and psychological impact. Despite her responsibilities, she faced personal health challenges, including her mother's 13-year struggle with cancer. Martha Macllum openly discusses how cancer has affected her family and affects her personal and professional life. Preventive health has become more important in her family when her mother passed away from the disease after a protracted battle. No wonder Martha is experiencing a tremendous fear. At 65, her mother was diagnosed with breast cancer and battled it for over a decade before passing away in April 2013. Elizabeth became a symbol of resilience and positivity for her family during her long struggle. Elizabeth showed resilience and remained hopeful despite treatment and uncertainty, guiding Martha through life. To address this worry, Martha emphasizes the need for supportive medical care and a clear plan. She thanked her mother's Cornell Breast Center doctor for reassuring and restoring control throughout the difficult time. The lengthy cancer struggle. Collaborating with a doctor who provides resources and a plan is beneficial. This confidence helped her mother to live actively and meaningfully during her cancer years, according to McCallum. The illness of her mother had a greater impact than just emotional support. Martha and her family took aggressive actions to improve their health. She prioritizes regular screenings. She stated in interviews that she had annual examinations, including gynecologist visits, mammograms, and MRI scans. This not only provides peace of mind but also sets an example for her children and identifies potential concerns early. Her vigilance has earned her and her family plenty. Jane, her sister, was diagnosed with breast cancer before 40 and successfully treated due to constant health monitoring. In 2013, the Martha family suffered significant losses, including the death of Martha's other grandma, Cecilia. MacCallum's children, who adored both moms, experienced intense loss and a greater appreciation for life and legacy. Martha's health scares have influenced her commitment to well-being, and she is frank about her life adjustments. In addition to losses, Martha has faced difficulties such as being accused of propagating racist notions. Despite her experience as a Fox News anchor, Martha Macllum was embroiled in controversy over her comments on the George Floyd case. This sparked concerns about the veracity and dissemination of negative narratives in mainstream media. In April 2021, Martha Macllum asked viewers if Floyd died from substance use or police actions, referencing current claims. A disputed storyline in certain media circles suggested that George Floyd's death was primarily due to toxicological findings, rather than excessive force by Minneapolis police. In her remarks, she mentioned the drugs found in Floyd's car and testing reports, suggesting that the medications, not cops' actions, may have caused his death. She perpetuated prejudices about Black American substance use, rather than focusing on the police's part in Floyd's murder, whether intentional or not. Multiple credible fact-checking groups and medical tests disproved the claim that Floyd's death was caused by chemicals. Official investigations revealed that the toxicology analysis indicated the presence of narcotics, but the death was caused by the constraint. Many analysts believe Martha's attention was misdirected. Many have criticized Martha's words for promoting a fiction that deflected accountability for police assaults against Black folks. Some supporters argued that her words covered all facets of the legal case. Although contentious, Martha's career was further tarnished by her inaccurate comments about the LGBTQ community. Martha has been criticized for misrepresenting President Donald Trump's record on LGBTQ rights. Her views have been criticized by media watchdogs and civil rights advocates for misinterpreting recorded policy measures. A July 7, 2025 broadcast of America's Newsroom sparked controversy when Martha responded to Megan Rapinoe's criticism of Trump's LGBTQ record. Martha clarified that Trump's words did not indicate a desire to revert to LGBTQ American persecution, describing them as neutral or supportive. However, the media immediately replied to her statement. Media Matters for America exposed anti-LGBTQ policies and activities throughout the Trump-Pence administration. Interestingly, Martha didn't address this on her show and remained silent. Trump policies, which Martha did not mention, include rescinding Obama-era non-discrimination protections for transgender students, removing LGBTQ content from federal health surveys, and intervening in cases supporting religiously framed service refusals for same couples. The situation worsened due to measures such as the 2017 ban on openly serving transgender individuals in the military. Trump had significantly reduced rights for the LGBTQ community. When Martha framed Trump's ideas as not hostile to LGBTQ rights, she was ignoring his documented actions. Many accused her of downplaying or disregarding Trump's conduct. Her TV career has been marked by tension, including clashes with interviewees on Fox News. Martha has experienced tense on-air interactions with interviewers. People have questioned her interviewing approach and handling of difficult discourse, which has garnered attention in addition to the topic at issue. During a segment on her show in August 2020, Martha questioned Hawk Noem, a leader with Black Lives Matter of Greater New York, about comments made by another activist supporting looting as a form of reparations. This incident was widely discussed. Martha constantly asked Noem if looting Gucci or Macy's stores was ethical, highlighting the moral concerns of property destruction during rallies. However, Noem hardly addressed her question, instead focusing on broader concerns of policing and structural flaws. Martha halted the conversation mid-segment as Noem maintained his political issues and failed to explicitly address the legitimacy of looting. This event was deemed dramatic in broadcast television by many analysts. The discussion escalated as Martha attempted to return to her original subject, but Noem deflected and introduced topics such as police violence and racial inequality. Martha discussed educational policy and curriculum standards with Randi Weingarten, president of the American Federation of Teachers. The debate focused on critical race theory and U.S. history teaching in schools. The April 2025 interview became tense when Weingarten called Martha her sweetheart while trying to make a point. Martha rejected the informal address, stating, "Please don't call me sweetheart." This marked a clear distinction between personal and professional matters. The remarks triggered social media debate. Although some complimented Martha for asserting herself, others questioned whether the exchange overshadowed the crucial policies at hand. The conversation continued with discussions on curricular priorities, government roles in education, reading, numeracy, and history. Martha resisted the key question throughout the interview. Martha's career remained successful despite challenges, and she remains a top Fox News anchor. She startled the globe with her book on their family history, revealing a terrible tragedy. In 2020, Martha Macllum wrote Unknown Valor, a book about family, fortitude, and sacrifice from Pearl Harbor to Uoma, adding another chapter to her career. This book combines military history with personal family history. The book, a New York Times bestseller, honors the valor of ordinary Marines in the Pacific region, instrumental in shaping World War II, including her uncle Harry Gray. Martha has been connected to the story since before she became a journalist. During her adolescent years, Gray sent her letters while serving in the Marine Corps. This correspondence reflects the hopes, worries, and reflections of a young man distant from home. The letters haunted her for decades, inspiring her to uncover the whole tale behind his heroism and sacrifice. After deciding to write about unknown valor, Martha did more than gather historical data. She spent months researching Marines' journeys from their hometowns to the Pacific War's most devastating conflicts. The attacks on Pearl Harbor, Guadalcanal, Tarawa, and Saipan resulted in a bloody encounter at Uima. Her book included personal recollections, military data, and individual accounts. The story centers on Harry Gray, McCallum's mother's 18-year-old cousin, who died on Uima with over 7,000 Marines. Martha provides insight on his military experiences and the culture he left behind. By interviewing surviving companions of Gray and visiting battle sites, she provided a vivid portrayal of a life and era that impacted the 20th century, revealing lost information. Martha's book stays significant in her life. A significant factor is her spouse and children, who support her through painful stories. Martha has kept her personal life largely private. Everyone knows she married businessman Daniel John Gregory on August 22, 1992, in a Catholic ceremony at St. Elizabeth's Church in New Jersey. Daniel, a Villanova University graduate from New Jersey, has a successful business career, including as vice president at Gregory Packaging Incorporated, a family-owned company producing Sun-Up juice and supplying schools and healthcare facilities. Daniel and Martha have 3 children together. Their oldest child, Elizabeth, was born in the mid-1990s. She studied political science in university, appeared on Fox News as a volunteer reporter, and then worked in political advisory roles. In 2021, their son Edward earned a degree in economics from the University of Notre Dame and works in finance in New York City. Harry, the youngest, has a limited public presence and has appeared on Martha's Instagram and Fox features like Cooking with Friends with his mother. Living in New Jersey, the family balances Martha's prominent media profession with a secluded home life. There have been no serious public issues in their marriage, despite reports. The tragic story of Fox News' Martha Macllum highlights the obstacles she has endured. Which scandal, from losing parents and dread cancer to workplace scandals, is most surprising? Please share your opinions in the comments. Thank you for viewing, and see you in the future video.